Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Nostalgic and welcome to a new Kooky Questions special, Christmas Questions. This is going to be a show where we ask the internet the most pressing questions of gaming, and we feature answers live right here. Here with us today is the co-founder of Kooky Questions, RareWarington. How are you doing there today, Sam?
Oh, doing great, Jew. Really been anticipating this, our second official holiday Kooky Questions. So this Christmas question should be really fun.
Oh yes, it should. And we've of course had a format for doing the answering the questions and stuff, and like we came up with a more streamlined way of doing it that should make both our experience and the viewer experience like even better this time around. And this is just going to be a lot of fun. And we kind of thought it would just be appropriate, given both the recent Donkey Kong hype and the holiday season, to play Donkey Kong Country 3 with the Merry Code, which changes the bonus levels to have a Christmas theme to them.
Oh yeah, and this is gonna be awesome. This is actually a first time I've watched it some couple years ago, but for the longest time, as I was telling you before stream, Drew, I didn't know that the Jangle Bells tune was actually even used in the game. I just thought it was a scrap tune. So this will be my first time actually playing this stuff, and I mean, we got to celebrate Donkey Kong December somehow, right?
Yes, exactly. And we do want to acknowledge also people already in chat. Chris Bodker, welcome, Viddy's Gaming Videos. Just great to have you here today. We appreciate your support and for answering our questions as well. We will be getting to everyone. We had a really good response across multiple platforms, and we're just going to go ahead and get this going here. So to kind of go with the first one, the question: this holiday season, we're hosting a special episode. What are some of your favorite holiday winter themed levels, areas, or worlds in the game? Now, so first up here, we have this answer by Little Man, or Little Mac guy. The man who erased his name is my favorite Christmas game. I don't care what people say. It features Kiryu singing a Christmas song and has Santa appear. It's a Christmas game. My favorite Christmas themed level is tough. Only one that comes to mind is Freeze's Peak from Banjo. Now, I don't know what happened there, because I put in the code. Did I forget to push A to did I forget?
Sure. We could always.
Hang on 1 second. I think I might. I'm just wondering if I wonder if did it go away to the menu? Did I just forget to keep confirming? Hang on 1 second. I think I might have to put in the Christmas code again, everyone.
Sure.
Just 1 second.
No worries. And I was gonna say I never saw a 2-player, but I assume it has to work 2-player. And hey, welcome to the stream, Only Games, Chris, Miss, and Viddy. Definitely check out Viddy's Gaming Videos, his channel on YouTube, as well as Chris Bodker and Only Games. In fact, everyone in the chat here has a pretty great YouTube channel. And yeah, thanks for joining, guys. Just bear with us for just a moment while we set up the cheat here.
Okay, yeah, I think what happened is that I forgot to just confirm before. And we have Gothic Teddy Bear there as well. Welcome, DK Legend right here. He's been posted couple of awesome videos actually, just for Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong and some cool music remixes as well.
Oh yeah, and definitely check out. I believe it's I don't remember what you're calling it now, Gothic, but Donkey Kong Freedom, his project in Dream or Dreams on a PS5, I believe it is, as an exclusive. Just great stuff. It's one of my favorite projects that people have uploaded from that game. So definitely check that out.
And so I don't think I've ever going back to Little Mac's answer. I don't know about Kiryu singing a Christmas song. I'm not sure what that's from. Is that a Yakuza thing? I'm just not aware what that is.
Yeah, so that's a Yakuza. That's in the Yakuza series, and I have a pretty layman's knowledge of the Yakuza series, but I know it's one of those things where when people talk about Arkham Origins, or they talk about what's that one movie, Yippee-Ki-Yay MF, I can't remember the name, but just things that kind of vaguely take place during Christmas but aren't necessarily Christmas themed. But no, that answer was valid for sure.
I just gotta get this code in here. And of course, a lot of people have mentioned Freeze's Peak, but yes, Freeze's Peak is a peak winter level, perhaps the peakest of peak winter levels ever.
It has peak in the name for a reason.
Yes, exactly. And yes, and
we have... that's gotta be probably, I think, looking back. I was gonna say, I think looking back, that's got to be the most common answer we got. I think is Freezy.
Yes, and we even have an answer from Aiden mentioning things like Freezy Peak, Ice Caves from DKC. Love that level. Snowflake Mountain, Diddy Kong Racing, and Freeze Flame Galaxy from Mario Galaxy. Though that's an interesting choice right there.
I saw that answer too. And Aiden's got, I mean, he's got great taste, but like I should have known there would have been a Galaxy answer among the Aiden's mix. But yeah, no, that was a good answer. I didn't even think about that one. And like we'll have a lot of that throughout these answers, like just kind of like underrated Christmas or winter themed places. And like, yeah, those are really good answers.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, here it is.
Yep. Little bells.
Okay, that's awesome. That is so cool. So it's like a little Christmas gift from the developers. They just kind of, I don't know the story behind it, but like from what I gather online, they just kind of just snuck it in just for a little, as a Christmas gift essentially from the devs. And I think it's super cool.
It is. It's pretty awesome there. When yeah, Snowflake Mountain, that there's like a whole winter themed section of Diddy Kong Racing of all winter themed levels, and like all of them just have a great Christmassy, wintry vibe to them.
Oh, for sure. And yeah, Viddy, definitely that's one of them for sure. Like less Christmassy, but more wintry. Hellfire Peaks is one of those levels that's almost as, I mean honestly, as peak as Freezy Peaks. But yeah, this definitely has a lot of cool answers that would come up for sure.
Let's see. Rare Foxane mentioned, sorry I'm unoriginal, have to go with Freezy Peak. Again, you know, it's peak. You can't argue with peak.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's the most common answer, but like with our crowd, it makes total sense. But man, I mean, I honestly challenge anybody to think of a more like on the nose Christmas themed level. I mean, there are some that again will come up, but like I can't think of an original level, not from a movie or anything, that has just so much Christmassy stuff within the level. It's fantastic.
It really is. This stream is peak. Well, thank you, Viddy. And I guess it's summer there in Australia. Why y'all talking winter? Well, it gets cold here this time of year. Let me tell you.
Yeah, if you put like Angry Aztec or Gobi's Valley as a Christmas answer, I would allow it.
Nice. Heard it was bad. You know, I kind of think, just at least in my opinion, this winter has kind of been a bit more mild, at least so far. We had a really bad one a few years ago, though, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
And it'll be switching over to you there.
As far as like the Southwest, like Utah is concerned, we're not too bad right now. We got a little snow for sure. Like I believe over here, the earliest was like sometime in November, I think.
Yeah, there was like a few years ago where like it just kept snowing like practically every other day. I was like shoveling so much. But man, it was like, yeah, thankfully it hasn't been quite as bad since then. No, I meant the Rudolph game. Super Josh XC, welcome. Hey, welcome. Good to have you here as well. Yeah, Christmas by a swimming pool here. Sounds just odd. It's probably when I was snow or something for this festive season. Awesome. So we have also a response here by Game Catchers, Snowball Mountain from Ape Escape 2. I haven't really played much of Ape Escape at all, actually. Snowman's Land, Mario 64, we heard that from a few people. I don't know how you say that. Holly Jolly Village, I guess, from Mario and Luigi, which I guess is a bit on the nose there.
Wow, you know what? I didn't even realize that was really the pronunciation. That makes so much sense.
Yes.
I just glanced down and like Ape Escape. I haven't played Ape Escape 2, but Ape Escape 1 I had on PSP, and that is a fantastic game. I had a few Ape Escape games, but like I definitely dig the vibe of Ape Escape. It's a really fun game. If you haven't tried it, I would definitely give it a try sometime if you have the chance. Oh, good.
Yeah, I might have to try that. And Snowy Mammoth, also from Ape Escape. So yeah, there are definitely some games I should try out. I think I do have a PS4, and there probably are some Ape Escape games on the store you can get. Well, I guess I can't go past. Oh well.
Oh yeah, I think they might have some. People in the chat might know better than me for what's available in the PlayStation Store. But Snowy Mammoth is actually an excellent answer too. I know that level. That's awesome. And yeah, Snowman's Land is like probably our second most common answer in Super Mario 64. That's an absolute nostalgic Christmas classic too. I love that level.
Really is. I just love like the just sneaking across that ice bridge and like getting past that snowman who's just blowing you away. It's always fun.
Oh yeah.
Whoops.
One of the more frustrating things as a kid trying to get the timing right behind the penguin and such.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, definitely fun.
Yeah, sometimes the penguin literally walks backwards. You have to like just get it just right there.
I know, it's like, what do you gain from juking me? No! You like fly away.
We have a Josh Wise says here regarding his answers. Glitter Glazed Glacier, great level from Ukulele. The Prismatic Palace, I just got all the eggs in Cavern of Dreams, and man, great game. That may be slightly underrated because it absolutely nails the N64 vibes, and Prismatic Palace might be the best level in the game. Really good one. Snow Peak Manor, another great level from Twilight Princess. And Snowflake Lake from Mario Party 6. Of course, I've never played that one as well. I was asking you about like winter themes in Mario Party. It looks like they might have one there.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. Is that Mario Party? Mario Party 6. I just glanced down. That was a bad time. Sorry, guys. But some of these answers are like actually great. Like Josh, I didn't actually think about the Snow Peak Manor from Twilight Princess, and that is a really great winter level. Kind of a little spooky in some aspects too. I think it's made its way onto Spooky Questions and Christmas Questions.
Yeah,
but, that's a great answer.
It is. It's both like wintry, but also slightly spooky at the same time. And then you have the whole thing with like the Yeti couple going on and such, and it's a very memorable level. Maybe the best one in the game, actually.
I would actually be inclined to agree as far as temples go. It's definitely a super unique temple. And I don't know the origins of the manor, but I know like the Yeti couple, as you said, have like taken up home there. But I know in like the Hyrule cookbook that you're able to duplicate, I believe it's the pumpkin soup or the Yeti soup. And I've always wanted to try that because that looks super, like from what the game describes, super comforting and like delicious.
Oh, it does. I always love it when you bring an ingredient to the Yeti, he just shoves you over. He just shoves you over to get it. You got pumpkin and push.
Yeah, I love that. In fact, I won't say too much actually, because I know Echoes of Wisdom is like a newer game, but people who like the Yetis and like a lot of the older species that haven't come back for a while, like Echoes of Wisdom is a really big fan service for that type of stuff. So that's I'll leave it at that. But yeah, the Yetis are great.
Oh yeah, they are.
And Chris said it's the best dungeon in the game. I could definitely agree with that.
Yeah, it's a really good one. And the iron ball, that is an awesome weapon to use. It just really is. I don't care, like back then they had the gimmick of you only use the item in the dungeon and all that stuff. That was a fun little gimmick for that level.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. And I'm inclined I know some people want more of a shakeup in the genre, and I know a good chunk of Zelda fans, want like less of a shakeup with Zelda. Like they would rather kind of in some respects go back to the old temples, but like regarding my opinion, I think like the old temple layouts is like peak, and seeing some of that back in Echoes as well is like excellent. Like anyone who hasn't played it yet that's an old Zelda fan, I urge you to at least research it or give it a shot if you give it an opportunity. Definitely an awesome game from last year. It
is. And we have a very applicable response here from She's a Monkey. I just need Mary Code in DKC3. It's right here.
Yeah, even like I think I might have responded to that one where I was like, hey, yeah, we were planning on maybe doing that. So but yeah, it worked out. So yeah, definitely a good pick there.
Oh yeah, very good pick. Anyways, you made a great selection. Yes, this has just been a lots of good stuff for holiday theming for sure. We have an answer from Twilight Vestige. Post some different ones. Snowden for an Undertale. Yeah, Snowden is great. Antarctic dive sites in Endless Ocean Blue World. Music tracks. Snowball City from Pokemon X and Y. Chili Promise from Viva Pinata. Up Shuttlehead Pass from Yoshi's Woolly World, and Smilish Jingle Bells from The Sims. And interesting responses there.
Yeah, I'm familiar with all those as great answers. I'm not familiar with the Sims one, but yeah, I think I even told her like I almost used Snowden, which I still don't really understand how there's snow underground, but that's just such a cozy little village.
It really is. And I love the music for that level too. It does really feel like a great cozy place. It has some of the best moments in the game, like the battle with Papyrus and the thing, and like you visit their house and such. Like definitely a great part of the game there. I think it regenerates, so you can try again.
Might as well for the Christmas theme. But yeah, no, I agree. It's really cozy. Like the first two areas of that game, I think, are the most nostalgic to me as far as Undertale goes.
Yeah, it's good stuff. But yeah, I'm not too familiar with like Endless Ocean and such there. And I might have to check out some of these music tracks. But of course, I think I probably have heard Chili Promise from Viva Pinata because I've listened to the soundtrack. But yeah, of course, the Grant Kirkhope's work in that game, just incredible. And the Smileless Jingle Bells. Again, I'll just something I'll have to check out and see what's going on with that there.
Oh yeah, I think Endless Ocean. It's funny because every time we put up, it seems like a pretty frequent answer. I think we got some spooky answers from that game for the spooky special. But yeah, from what I see, and I believe it's on Switch, that game is really gorgeous and honestly, apparently pretty accurate to like certain areas under the ocean. Definitely really cool, and actually has an educational aspect to it that is fascinating.
Simlish. Okay, Simlish. Okay, that makes more sense. Probably I'm just misreading that, transposing my letters there. All right, an answer.
Oh yeah, I guess is that the name of the Sim language? I think something like that. Simlish, maybe. I don't remember.
We have an answer also here from Miss Natsui, a great artist over on Twitter there. Freezy Peak and Banjo-Kazooie, of course. The entirety of Christmas Nights in the Dream, Winter and Animal Crossing and World 5, and New Super Mario Bros. For the DS. All some great answers there.
Oh yeah, those are really great answers. And I think as far as Natsui, she's, I think, put up, and she does this every season, she's put up quite a lot of like Banjo-Kazooie related Christmas art, so definitely go check that stuff out. It's definitely always really wholesome stuff, and I love her art.
Oh, so Sims is like their gibberish, like Banjo-Kazooie talk. Interesting. I've never ever played a Sims game in my life.
And yeah, Animal Crossing, to mention like what Chris is saying in the chat too. Yeah, Animal Crossing is one of those games that's like, love it or hate it or whatever your opinion is, like you cannot deny that game is super cozy. And like, at least in my experience, when I played a lot of Wild World back in the DS days, that was one of those games that I honestly I got really festive, and whenever there was an event or whatever, you just kind of go in and see what like the snow added and all that Christmassy stuff, and I absolutely adore that series for the cozy aspect of it.
And here we have a wintry level early on in the game, because this game it takes place as it says, like I believe in the northern hemisphere, so it's like supposed to be more like up north. I think Canada, honestly, when I see this world.
Yeah, same. And I used to live in Washington State, so I would go up to Canada pretty often, and yeah, I always get that vibe. Like I think that's what they were going for with the northern hemisphere.
But yeah, early on, we have here, like I said, just a nice little wintry theme level, even with some snowmen in the background. We even have a snowman boss in this game too. So there are definitely a few little winter things sprinkled here and there, which is probably a part of the reason why they put in the Christmas code in here.
Oh yeah, and I will say, like, Evelyn Fisher, now Evelyn Novakovic, David Wise is fantastic. They're both fantastic composers, but she literally does such an amazing job. That was pretty clutch there.
That was nice and
Christmas clutch.
Christmas clutch hashtag.
But yeah, Evelyn does a fantastic job with just that winter ice sort of, like, just that sublime sort of peaceful ambient vibe, and does great on the winter levels.
She does. I mean, you have the let's see, northern hemisphere in the first game, then you have the ice cave chant in the first game as well. Yeah, she does really good with that icy cave ambience, and in a snowbound land in Donkey Kong Country 2. So she's like the queen of that, so to say.
Honestly, and I remember we talked about in the past Kooky Questions in our Donkey Kong Country 2 series, where we actually started playing this game as well. Just In a Snowbound Land and like my personal favorite lately, like Ice Cave Chant are just like some of my absolute favorite songs. Like Ice Cave Chant, I was listening before stream, and sometimes, oh shoot, but sometimes I almost get a little emotional with that music. It's just like it's fantastic.
It is. And so didn't want to mention Gothic's comment here. Greg Mell's team didn't do DKC3, but Greg was still very much involved in the creative input side of things. Some of DK3's best bits come from Greg's suggestions. That's interesting. And so, Gothic, what maybe are some of those like specifically there? I'm a little curious.
So I can elaborate a bit on that. So like, in fact, he's totally right. Greg had moved on to other things. In fact, I believe at the time it was Dream prior to becoming Banjo-Kazooie, either that or his early stages of Banjo. But so they used a lot of stuff. Like Ellie, the elephant, was never used in DKC 1 or 2. That it was headed with the lead design by Greg Mayles. But they carried over, and you can even see like Greg has in the past on Twitter. He's uploaded a lot of like his little sticky note-esque designs, and like the bird, who I forget the name of in this game, as well as Ellie and a few other like mechanics, he already drew out and planned them, and they just seamlessly carried over for the DKC3 team. So a lot of his design aspects just immediately carried over when the other team kind of took over. And even should mention Mark Stevenson, who's currently at Playtonic now. He actually headed the art on this game. I believe he created Kiddy Kong here as well. So just like a really good team that.
And yeah, he had a distinct look with like, I was about going to add to that. Mark Stevenson, he created that distinct like mutiny look to the Kremlins in this game. It definitely has its own like unique look to it as well.
Oh, for sure. And it's almost like, yeah, I think it's going for the vibe of like, as people know, like K. Rool is just sort of experimenting and mangling these like Kremlin troops. It's definitely cool.
Oh yeah, and do want to mention here we have a response from the #1 Yoshi. Just mentions Snowflake Mountain from Diddy Kong Racing. Yeah, again, just a great world, lots of great levels in that game. Let's see.
Okay, there we go.
And Kevin, great Banjo-Kazooie fan, mentions of course Freezeezy Peak, Hailfire Peaks, the icy side. Cool Mountain from Super Mario 64, like and the other ice level in the game, and Glitter Glacier and Snowman's Land. All great levels, all of them.
Oh, for sure. And like Frosty Village, that'll come up a couple times. Definitely one of the most Christmassy, and like to prove David Wise as well as Evelyn Novakovic is just like an insanely good like Christmas composer. I put those songs on like Walrus Cove and Frosty Village unironically every Christmas.
Yeah, there's just some great Christmas themes with those levels for sure. So did you want to go ahead and go over?
In the chat says, well, I was just saying, Chris in the chat says Greg is a Giga Chad, which I agree.
Yes, is one of the all-time great designers. We have your answer up here. Did you want to go ahead and go over that one?
Oh yeah, sure, you can put it up. And basically for my answer, it's kind of like I said, it's like the image prompts I had in the question above, and some other things I added to it as well. Like I absolutely adore Merry Mountain from Mario Kart 8, and like Mario Kart I think has a couple answers in here, but Mario Kart has a ton, both just in aesthetic and the music, just excellent winter and Christmassy levels. But I think Merry Mountain, being that it takes place, I think, at the North Pole, takes the cake. I also mentioned Frosty Village, as we were talking about before. Shiveria from Mario Odyssey, which is just such a cozy little thing. If you guys have played Mario Odyssey, like, I don't remember the name of the creatures that live there, the little chubby little polar bear boys, but like that whole village and that level and the music, it's just absolutely super comforting and Christmassy, and I love it. It's a super big comfort for me.
I have to say,
and of course, so go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was just going to mention with Severia there, like they're definitely, I do love that cozy feel, and it's nice little contrast to like the weather outside, which is just bleak, death cold, you know.
Yeah, it's basically like a cute little village of little bear creatures made a home in like the harsh tundra of like Antarctica, essentially. Like
basically,
the outside is horrible, but the inside is super comforting. But and to continue my answer real quick, like Snowden, as I touched upon earlier, Christmas Town, which I kind of was hinting at, like I know it's from technically a film, but like And Kingdom Hearts 2, just as I said for Halloween Town in the Halloween episode, it's a really great, like, just rendition of that place. Like, I absolutely adore the Kingdom Hearts 2 rendition of Christmas Town and Halloween Town. And then we got Glitter Glaze Glacier, a classic Platonic, a lot of, current rare Lumini. Gorilla Glacier, which is like the entirety of the winter places with Ice Cave Chant, etc. from Donkey Kong Country. We had Snowflake Mountain, which is the entirety of the Snow World from Diddy Kong Racing. And also, of course, Mario 64. We'll get that answer a lot too. We'll just go over that. And then to mention a few songs, like I mentioned already, most of these, Ice Cave Chant, Snowbound Land, and I think Walrus Cove is probably my favorite Diddy Kong Racing song. You guys might have a different opinion, but at least if it's not my favorite, it's definitely my favorite Christmas one. And recently, the snow theme from Super Mario Wonder. And I think, honestly, I could say like Mario games never really let us down on like those Christmassy winter level themes.
Oh, it most certainly did not there. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I saw you like there for a second. But yeah, I don't find Swanky to be priority. It's just a little side thing.
I was thinking, should we? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to be shamed by Cranky right now.
I always love this boss. Just simple. You make a barrel burp.
Yeah, it's pretty original concept though, honestly. And he almost looks like for whatever reason, he gives me like a Conker vibe. I don't know why.
Oh, definitely. I mean, yeah, the bloodshot eyes and all that. Yeah, it has a bit of that for sure. And I love how sorry, what?
No, I was just mocking the boss. Go ahead.
And the video mentioned here to go along with the Christmas spirit, Kevin. Nice. And don't forget your tunics when exploring said places and Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Forgot the Kingdom Hearts one.
Oh gosh, I was doing okay at first.
Yeah, you had to jump at just the right level. And Vox mentions here Hailfire Peaks in the icy side. Another great answer there. Cool Mountain from Super Mario 64. I love the music. It's so catchy. Mentions that it's a Koji Kondo masterclass. I'm just waiting for Super Mario 64 to get added to Nintendo Music. I know they put it in the list, but like having that high quality audio from that game will be nice to listen to.
I'll totally agree. And like, I think that was a close one there. He was like right on the edge. But yeah, I definitely, and that's another thing that I think some people bring up. But like the Nintendo Music, it's differing opinions, but I just count it as glass half full. I wish they would credit the composers more, but otherwise, It's just such a nice thing. Man, I just love it, especially as you said, the audio quality.
Oh yeah, that it's alone is such great. It's been great. They just added Skyward Sword, honestly one of the best Zelda soundtracks. Been enjoying listening to that. And eventually, yeah, they did say they're adding Super Mario 64 and a number of other games. And I did notice that they made another addition here today. I don't know if how many people noticed it, but they added Metroid Prime Remastered, which is funny because they already had Metroid Prime, but they just added the remastered today. Oh. I'm hoping that's an indicator that they'll have more than one a week.
Yeah, I didn't see that. It seems like everything else Nintendo, like as soon as we start even prepping ourselves to start, predicting them, that we're just proving like, hey, you guys don't know what we're doing. Don't even try.
Skyward Sword doesn't have any snow ice levels, Viddy just mentioned. Yeah, that's kind of weirdly absent from the game, isn't it?
Yeah, I had to think about that for a second. I thought when you first go to no, I think that's right. I think he's right. Yeah, I don't think so. There is no ice, anything. Interesting.
And the Metroid Prime Remaster, just from the few tracks I listened to, I do feel like there's a bit, I think they did update it to make it better sound, better fidelity and quality and stuff like that. Just from my listening to it here today, I think there was a little bit of an improvement there.
That's awesome. And I will say, there's a lot of things that they still that you figured they would have added already. I don't believe they've added. Have they added Majora's Mask yet?
No, they have not.
Huh, I didn't think so. I know Ocarina of Time's on there though. But anyway, yeah. And I think that might have been the one thing I didn't touch on in my answer, but like Snowhead from Majora's Mask. It may not be Christmassy,
Definitely
but, like,
not.
I really love. Definitely not. But I really love that area and like kind of how the Gorons have adopted a more of a mountain, like a winter mountain setting, and I love that place. As haunting as it is, when I was a child, I actually one of the few like fever dreams I had. I don't know if you guys ever experienced where like you played a game way too much with a young developing mind, and you would go to sleep and you would still be playing the game. In my experience with this particular dream, I was in Snowhead Temple myself, and it was honestly terrifying. But it's a good level.
It is a good level. I'm not sure if we went across Chris's answer yet. I don't quite remember if we did. Maybe. I know it's like if we haven't already, it is coming up later here. So we have an answer also here from Jordan. Just a couple of screenshots showing the Christmas village from Kingdom Hearts 2. I think that's something from Ratchet and Clank. It's like just a little bit small from here, and it looks like a village from Final Fantasy VII.
Oh yeah, I think it's. I believe it's a Ratchet and Clank. I can't quite see that answer, but yeah. And I don't know much of the Final Fantasy area, but that looks cozy. I'm not sure. I haven't actually played through that game, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I played through Final Fantasy once a long time ago, so I don't remember too much about all the areas. Third one is Final Fantasy VII. Yep, because it has a good old cloud there.
Yep.
And hold on one second. No, we were. Oh, yeah, I'm pushing the wrong button here. Okay, there we go. We have an answer also here from Max Westerman, since I haven't seen those here yet. Flanor from Tales of Symphonia, Frozen Altars from Frozen 3, and Winters in Earthbound. Now, I need to finish the trilogy myself for the Spyro the Dragon. I haven't even beaten the first one yet. That's how far back I am in that. But I know like Spyro, that definitely looks like a cool level. And Earthbound, I very superficial knowledge of that game myself there.
Oh yeah, Winters is actually super. It's pretty much your basic like snowy area. But Frozen Altars is so good. I believe that's Spyro 3 of the Spyro games, but Frozen Altars is so. Oh no, Sam! But anyway, Frozen Altars is so good, and the song there, both in the remaster version and the old version, it's actually one of the few. Stuart Copeland is a fantastic composer, and he is actually the drummer for the Police. And I'm sure Chris in the chat knows exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, he did an excellent job composing all the games, but Frozen Altars in particular is such a good song. It actually kind of has a David Wise vibe to it, and I definitely recommend it. Those Spyro games are excellent, and the soundtracks, especially that level, are fantastic.
And I did notice, like, Earthbound, it definitely, and, like, other people have noted this, but yeah, Earthbound, like, Undertale itself is inspired by Earthbound, and, like, looking at its screenshot, yeah, it's easy to see the influence, how that went into the Snowdin village there.
I'm just realizing I might have passed your barrel earlier like an absolute numbskull. So I'll have to look back on. But yeah, no, and I mean, if you haven't played Earthbound, and like you said, definitely a lot of, as far as Undertale goes, Toby Fox took a lot of inspiration. But it's a pretty good game. A little bit of grind in there, but people who are better at the game than me can avoid that.
Let's see, it's an answer here from Ching Chong Bong. I can hear music from the pictures talking about like Shiveria and some of the other stuff you posted, like Frosty Village. Yeah, these areas have such iconic music in them.
Oh, for sure. And lost my train of thought, but let me just try to get through this monkey area. I don't know what the monkeys are throwing, but I believe it's acorns. I used to think it was something possibly more foul on the snack.
Oh my gosh, how come I've never thought that before? But yeah, I think I have to say, like, it seems hard though, so like I hope not.
Yeah, and I think if you look at it, if you pause it, I was trying to pause it earlier, but I think it's an acorn. Hopefully.
The Earthbound, I feel, doesn't have that much grinding like other RPGs, and Chris Bacher agrees. Welcome to Plush King. Great to see you here on the stream today. Great as always to have your support there. let's see. Let's see. I think. Go ahead and do this bonus really quick here. Oh, I don't like this one.
It's tough for sure, but hey, Christmas presents.
Yep.
But
I do.
yeah, as far as the answer, like the last pick, and I believe is it Frosty Village? I think is the last pick there. Yeah, like we said earlier, like just actually both of them. David Wise does that like very very like jolly Christmas like vibe really well, and then Evelyn is more of like that ambient, beautiful, wintry vibe. But like both excellent. The monkeys want the presents.
They want all the presents. The gnome government here mentions Hailfire Peaks is also my personal favorite level for the Banjo games, if that counts. Yeah, an overall great level, both with the wintry and fiery aspect of it.
I think that was his follow-up answer, but yeah, that's for people who know him, he changes his his name based off his account's lore, but that's DK Fanboy there. So yeah, definitely a good answer there. And I think he had a couple more follow-up answers, actually.
He did. I do have also here mention a snow base from Mega Man X4. Always a vibe.
Oh, definitely. That's a great answer there as well. I've actually only played that game once, but Mega Man X, originally, that game was awesome. I'm not the most knowledgeable Mega Man person, for sure.
And we have here answers from, I believe we got to the end of the Twitter answers. We hear answers from the community at Blue Sky, starting with Chris Barker, mentions Freezy Peak. And you want to go ahead and finish reading his answers there?
Oh, for sure. And sorry about that. Look down, and then I was like, oh, that's right, there's bees. But yeah, so Chris said, and of course, based answers here, Freezy Peak, we have Sherbert Land from Double Dash, I believe. Cool Mountain. And Sherbert Land's music, by the way, just to touch on that, is so good. It's so good. I was listening to it the other day when I was considering what music to pick. And that's definitely a good one. Cool Mountain again, of course, like just absolute nostalgic classic. And then Snow Peak Ruins, which I guess got a couple answers of that. So that's a really good one. And then he continues to say, oh, and the Penguin chapter from Mario 64. Oh, maybe Cool Mountain something else? I'm thinking of something else maybe? Cool Mountain. Let's see.
That's Super Mario 64, I believe. There are two snowy levels in that, so.
Oh, that's right. So I guess that's what I thought. I'm like, maybe I'm mistaken. Oh, good beat of Voidal there, Drew. That was close.
Yes. Yeah, you got the invincibility there, which helps out a lot.
Welcome, Plusty. We didn't see you come in, but hey, welcome,
man.
Appreciate you coming by the stream, guys.
I can't believe I die right away there. Oh, shoot. We have an answer also here from... Go ahead.
I've been having a rough time, I was going to say, with this one more than the other past ones, but then again, I'm least knowledgeable in DKC 3 as far as like performance goes. But yeah, go ahead, Drew.
You think you want to go back to the right there?
Oh yeah, whoops. I'm trying to get the bees to go behind me a little more, but I went further back than anticipated. There we go. Double
Dash is my childhood. Yeah, I know a lot of people love that one. That played it back then. I remember I played it back when it first came out. It just has such like interesting, unique mechanics that they really haven't tried to replicate again. Sam, do you want to go over Sega Dude's answers over there in Blue Sky?
Yeah, sure. So Sega Dude on Blue Sky said that there's another one, like the peak answer, the peak of Banjo-Kazooie, yes. And then Diddy Kong Racing, Frosty Village. This is one that I don't know. And I'm not really sure which, or rather if it's its own game or if it's from Nights into Dreams, but Christmas Nights into Dreams, I keep hearing, apparently that's really good. I just don't know much about it.
I think it was like its own like full game or something like that, like a Christmas version of Nights into Dreams, its own like just individual game.
Yeah, I'm starting to get that impression, because I saw one picture from it, and yeah, I'm just getting that impression too, something I don't know too much about. But then, yeah, he also said North Pole or Christmas Town from Kingdom Hearts 2, which was great.
I keep wanting to get this one. I keep failing. I want to get it.
And I will be right back, guys.
So yeah, I'm going to try to clear this bonus while Sam is away for a second here. Hope you guys are having like a good and safe like holiday season though. It's been crazy as it always is at this time of year, but it's been really pleasant, and we're looking forward to Christmas coming here soon. And it's just here, of course, in the States, and of course, any of you that celebrate Christmas there around the world, it's just a really great time of year there.
And hey, sorry about that with like the distraction on the gameplay and like leaving there for a second. I just got back. Girlfriend came here and like was trying to tell me a few things about like Christmas stuff that had come in. So yeah, definitely got a lot of orders in for Christmas stuff. And like yeah, like Drew said, it's been a nice December. It's been nice for Christmas season, and I hope it's been nice for all you guys as well.
So we have also a response by Breadbug here. If you wanted to go ahead and go over that one there.
Oh yeah, sure. So give me a second. Okay, so Breadbug says on Blue Sky, Shiver Region, Chapter 7 from Paper Mario, which I'm not familiar with that one, but from the picture, I definitely have seen it before. Definitely looks like a couple people answered with that one, and must be a pretty good Christmassy winter level. Press Garden Act 2 from Sonic Mania, which, yeah, that's a great one as well. Distant Tundra, Pikmin 3, and I actually haven't played Pikmin 3. I don't know if you guys know Distant Tundra. Drew, are you familiar with that one?
I think that's like a Christmas like edition. I don't think I've actually played. I've beaten the main game of Pikmin 3, but I don't think I've played. I don't think I've ever played the Christmas one of it. I think there was a Christmas themed level though in there.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. And then lastly, they said Snowden, which, as we touched on, that's just a great Christmassy level. And I think they even have like a little Christmas tree and like presents set up in the village itself. So yeah, just super cute little village, Christmas village.
Oh, okay, so you guys, we did kind of botch Chris's answers. I had Paper Mario, and you thought it was Mario 64. So I guess we mixed up a little bit right there.
See, I had a feeling. I'm like, wait a second, that doesn't sound right. Well, that figures. Well, sorry about that, Chris. But yeah, no, I had a feeling it might not have been what I thought originally, because I'm going, wait a second. But yeah, that makes sense. Sorry about that, Chris.
Oh, but yeah, and we have a...
Hey, Jay in the chat as well.
Yes.
How you doing, Jay?
Just about to mention, yeah, it's great to have him here today. Just really base guy, and I'm also just going to mention as well, Breadbug, just really base gaming opinions. You know, follow him over on his Blue Sky, or he's also on Twitter as well. He's just really cool Pikmin fan, and fan of other cool stuff like Mario and Luigi and such. Just awesome guy.
Whoops. Oh yeah, and he's been answering questions on the Kooky Questions for a while. And I seriously, again, we always touch on this, but really appreciate you guys. People who didn't answer, fine too. Like, I mean, sometimes like I can't even think of an answer myself, but appreciate you guys answering the questions. Wow, what the heck? I thought I was sat in a safe spot there.
That I thought so too.
I didn't even move, and he just hit me on like the third jump.
Breadbug and Pikmin. Yep, that would definitely, those two definitely correlate.
And yeah, I guess we can pull up the next question if you'd like, Drew. But
yes,
honestly, I think
from Ishtar.
I was to say, honestly, I think my only experience shots, but yeah, that's definitely a good answer there. And Ishtar says the one from Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
Yep. It's neck and neck, Freezy Peak and multiple of the Christmas levels, I guess, on DK64, because there's actually a couple. There's two of them, I believe.
Yes, and it's kind of cool where like when you think of like the music, when it's pretty much just like it's a variation on Slider, pretty much.
Oh yeah, that's right. It took me. It's kind of like with Undertale when like Toby redoes variants. It took me a while. I'll admit. Like as a kid, I don't think I really clicked on that for years. That they were like the same the same like arrangement.
Doesn't this song sound like "Can't Buy Me Love" from the Beatles? Not super familiar with that song, but I might have to compare to see what you're talking about there.
A little, like a little bit. I think Chris mentioned the Beatles earlier, but yeah, maybe a little bit. I could kind of see what you're saying.
So the next one is going to be from.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, you'll go over the next one here.
Yeah, no problem. And yeah, I think they said Jay said by the Nights. I mean Christmas one, of course, and. Yeah, he said, yep, Nights is basically a DLC before DLC, as it offers one level and one boss, though both are Christmas themed. Ah, okay. So it's confirmation on that's its own little game thing there. Interesting.
Okay.
But yeah, the next question, Galupticuz from Blue Sky, a guy in the DK community and Rare community, he said, of course, Walrus Cove from Diddy Kong Racing is a classic. And yeah, it's awesome.
So I need to switch with you at this part because you gotta like throw me up to the second wheel.
Here we go. Oh, overshot it.
And Joey here mentions Holly Jolly Village from Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. So it seems I think I only played Partners in Time once. But yeah, that was a good game. I think some people tend to rank it lower in the Mario and Luigi, but I had a good time with that one.
And I wonder if Brothership has any Christmassy or winter levels. I haven't played that one yet either, but I'm not. That's another series I'm not super knowledgeable in much. But yeah, that from what I've seen when I looked it up after the answers, it seems like a really cool little area for sure. And I guess I could go ahead and read Jordan Williams' answer for ready.
Yep.
But Jordan Williams said, for me, it would probably be Christmas Town. That's part of the Halloween Town world in Kingdom Hearts 2, which, yes, I love that. Just because it being my Nightmare Before Christmas. I would probably also say, as for music, though, I would have to say Frosty Village and Diddy Kong Racing. Or from Diddy Kong Racing, which, yep, man, those two, like Walrus Cove and Frosty Village for me, are like those two are my absolute favorites from that game.
I'm just thinking I'm just thinking of the music. Isn't that Frosty Village? Is that the one that goes like da 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 da. There were a bunch there.
I do believe so. Yeah, and Walrus Cove has a very similar rhythm to it, but Walrus Cove goes a little bit harder, probably to match like the aesthetic of like going through the tunnels and going on that loop-de-loop, the boost loop-de-loop and stuff like that. But yeah, both so good and such a great Christmas vibe on both of them. And Super Josh in the chat says there is indeed a wintry Christmas area in Brothership, which awesome, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I think as far as like
Blue Sky,
as we said before, common. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to mention, though, but that is going to be all the answers. Now, we did want to take this opportunity to mention here that we have, we're in the beginning, we just recently opened a Discord server. We're not, we're kind of in the beginning phases of like getting it set up and like getting a feel for it, but we already have quite a few awesome members of the community there. And we even like have some answers from them regarding the Kooky Questions. And if you did want an invite to that server, you can send a direct message on to our Discords, either mine or Sam's there. We have those in the description, or you can send a message either to our Twitter or our Blue Sky accounts there. But here we have an answer here from Jirian over on our Discord server. I'm just not in a position to read that at the moment.
I'll go over that one real quick. So Urian said, some of my personal favorite winter-themed levels/worlds include Route 216 from Snowpoint City. Oh man,
I missed one.
I don't see this.
Okay,
yeah,
I found where it's
at. Talking about these type of answers though are so good.
They are.
Are you familiar with the fourth gen, like Diamond and Pearl? There, Drew?
No, I haven't played through like any of the Pokemon games. Like I just like played bits and pieces of like some of the early GB ones, but like I not really kept up with the series all that much there.
Well, I'm not like the most like consistent of Pokemon fans, but I'm a casual Pokemon fan, definitely to say the least. But that's just such a good one. And like Gen 4 is my favorite generation. And Urian definitely has an appreciation for that generation. And that is such a good answer. I did not think of that until I read that answer. That's a great one. And yes, Chris, haha, very funny. You're in the Discord. but but anyway, so continuing his answer, he said as well, Freeze's Peak from Banjo-Kazooie, which, yep. And then Wizard Peak from Spyro the Dragon. That's a great one. Dang, I didn't even think about Wizard Peak. I guess it is snowy. That's an excellent answer. I must have missed that when I was reading the answers. So that's fantastic. And I didn't see his last one there, Drew, but maybe you saw Urian's last answer at the end there.
Yeah, I mean, just from Frappa Snowland for Mario Kart 64 DS.
Yep. Where those dang snowmen become roadkill.
Yes, and they explode into a million pieces. But like, it's like those are such a pain to avoid.
Oh my gosh, the input lag right now. There we go. But yeah, no, that's when I was a kid. That was a level I kind of avoided picking with friends because the snowman was too much for me. Like they were just too much.
Jay mentions.
Speaking of,
go ahead.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, just Jay mentioned here, Drew, just like me when it comes to mainland Pokemon. And yeah, we're like I said, we're still kind of working on building this up and such. And we're kind of working on like getting like really opening up to more and more people there. We're just kind of more like a gradual, like we send and invite the people as people request it and such.
Yeah, and we're trying to, rather than open it up, which like we'll see what happens more when we set up, as Drew said, set up the Discord in future. But now it's just for, you know, like tight knit friends, the community, people that we come to know and even sometimes collaborate with, and just the community that we're close with in our circles, and whoever wants to join, you know, that likes to get updates on the content and likes to talk in just a chill environment.
I just threw that barrel there for stupidly. I think I was supposed to break a wall there. Oh yeah, I was supposed to get down here. Oh well.
Oh, it's fine. You've been carrying on these levels for sure, man. Here. And again, like how Drew was touching upon earlier, and also kind of in honor of why we're playing this game. This has been a really good, you know, holiday season for the Donkey Kong franchise. Like it's really just, it warms my heart, man. This is a DK December we're celebrating. Like we've had a lot of, even though some of them aren't as big as others, like, I mean, the park is substantially large, and having an HD remake of Returns coming here in January is also really awesome. And not to mention as you said, the ports of the DK Land trilogy. It's kind of cool to see Nintendo's little focus on the franchise right now.
It has been a very nice surprise to see that focus, and of course we have Donkey Kong Country HD returning, and that coming in January. There seems to be an ongoing debate about the graphics and the port. Even Andre from Game Explain was breaking down. It's not the 3DS's fault. This is just like they're being weird with the porting and the graphics for some reason. It's like they're just missing effects, and we don't know why.
See, yeah, and it's that, and like now we're starting to get confused because like an earlier trailer showed I'll be honest, a kind of a fantastic fur effect on the Kongs, and then it seems in the second trailer uploaded by Nintendo UK, they kind of took that effect away, and now in the third trailer, or this third showing, the effect is back, but other things have changed back and forth. Some have improved, so we're not really sure what to think just yet. But
we're not sure what the final product is going to look like here.
Go ahead. Yeah, but fingers crossed. I mean,
I'm getting it regardless, of course.
Of course, I have to say it. But like, I think it was Chris or someone called me out the other day where they're like, "Wait, you had Tropical Freeze on Wii U? Don't you have it on the Switch?" It's like, well, yeah, but I don't have an excuse for it.
But yeah, and then here's honestly like the hope. You know, the hope here is that all this Donkey Kong stuff, we have a new system looming on the horizon. It's leaking, you know, like, I don't know, like a sieve or whatever that phrase is. You know, it's like, it's just, the leaks are all over the place. It's probably going to be announced in January based on everything that we know right now. And I think this is hopefully the lead up to the big Donkey Kong game we've been waiting for all this time.
Okay, I'm going to switch to you. This part's giving me trouble. I'm not used to Kiddy Kong's like short just barely shorter jump. I'm like, ugh, give me Dixie. There you go. Perfect save barrel. But yeah, do we go? You did read Loggy's answer just barely?
No, I haven't gotten to his yet, so you can go ahead and go over that one.
I'll get it up. Okay, so Loggy did say, I think my favorite winter themed level is Snowman Land from Mario 64. There we go. We might actually be more than Freezy Peak at this point. I don't know. They're neck and neck. But that's a great one. And then he said Snowhead, which is the second I've seen Snowhead from Majora's Mask, which, yes, awesome.
So I want to just mention here, if you could jump on that spider to the right, you're going to need to go to the right, jump over this bee here. You're going to jump over the bee first. And then you're going to throw me up there, that ledge on the top left. You jump up and throw me up there. There you go.
Boom.
Awesome. And you can switch back with me there. That's probably better for me here. There you go.
Room there. All right, but and then to continue his answer, he said completely opposite feelings from each other regarding Snowhead and Mario 64, yet convey their atmosphere and themes perfectly, and I totally agree with that.
If you could give me a boost up there.
Yep. And then I guess for the other, wait, which
through the hole there. Through the hole there. There we go.
But yeah, Loggy is a special case. So Loggy actually has both answered, both of our questions answered, rather. So his second one was his favorite gaming from this year, which we'll get to that question later, but for now we'll read Loggy's answer. Favorite gaming this year is definitely Sonic X Shadows, and that's the Sonic Generations Shadow DLC. Such a masterpiece. Otherwise, always have fun co-op to play with friends always makes it worth it. And actually, not DLC. It's more like a kind of like what Nintendo did with 3D World there.
Oh, okay. They just add like a
and Bowser's.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
The Shadow stuff I've heard, like from what people tell me, it's like that Sonic Generations is fantastic, but the Shadow, just the plot and like the game design being very similar to Sonic Adventure 2, apparently is really, really good. So I kind of want to give it a shot sometime eventually.
Oh yeah, I've definitely had an interest in it as well, and I'll have to definitely get to it there. So looking over just some of the chat here, and I wasn't looking.
Same. That's what I didn't see. But and yeah, we'll catch up with chat when we can periodically, guys. But I saw about, because I know Jay isn't super fond. Oh shoot. But I know Jay isn't super fond. There's a few people that are. Yeah, we have mixed opinions about the Donkey Kong Country Returns HD port coming out.
We definitely do.
We're hoping for the best.
Yes, for sure. Hoping even one of the GB or GBC Zelda's games had been through. I don't know, it's sure been a minute since I looked. The final dungeon themes sampled the Beach Boys. I didn't know that.
Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't know that either. Oh, cool. And I guess we could bring up the next question, Drew, or answer wherever we're at. I think we're on the last answer of this question, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, from Pistachio here.
Give me a second to pull it up. But yeah, Thiz says, Freezy Peak, Banjo-Kazooie, which, way, Freezy Peak. The whole Gorilla Glacier world from Donkey Kong Country, which I believe now it's three of us, Aiden, Thiz, and I all said that. Great area. Arctic Abyss from Donkey Kong Country 2, which also fantastic area. We're in a snowbound land, which is just so good. Frosty Village, another Frosty Village. Oh yeah, beautiful. And another Frosty Village advocate for Diddy Kong Racing, which is excellent. And Ice Station Santa from Sam and Max Beyond Time and Space, which I played a couple Sam and Max. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with that. I played like On the Road, but I've never played that one, so I don't know that area. But I do love Sam and Max, so that's probably a great one.
Hey, I think I played like just a few stuff from like the season 1 and 2 of that, the Telltale games, I believe. They definitely had a lot of good and interesting humor in those for sure. We have a couple of responses also from a YouTube that I have pulled up here. The Plush King mentioned Freezy Peak, GCN Sherbet Land, and Ice Cap Zone and Merry Mountain. great responses there. We've heard a couple of those ones. I did mention we like a Sherbert you mentioned the music. I love that music with like when like the whistle comes in and things like that. It's just a very nice little cheery tune there.
Oh yeah, that's a great answer. And King Mo, I think he's still on Twitter, but you check out his page. He's a really big like plush collector. He's got actually a really cool collection there. And no, those are really great answers. Like I said, when it comes to like Sherbert, that's such a good theme. And Sonic Adventure 1, Ice Cap Zone, I think that's the first answer we have of that. So that is just a really, really good one. And one I didn't think of. That's a really good answer for sure.
And Videos Gaming Videos also mentioned here Freezezy Peak, Peak again, Walrus Cove, Frosty Village, and Videocon Racing, and Winters from Earthbound. And a second mention of Winter.
And that is another great one. And like, I think honestly, Winters from Earthbound is like one of those that's like probably I could consider underrated. Like Earthbound in general, I might consider underrated. I hope maybe one day, as people have been begging forever. In fact, even Nintendo kind of joked about it once, that they do localize or like port Mother 3, but it sounds like, for lack of my knowledge, that it's almost not feasible. I guess. Oh shoot. Well, worth it for the letter, I guess.
Yep, it worked out.
But I don't know if you guys remember, but I think it was like E3, I don't know, 2014 or 2015 or something like that, where I think Robot Chicken, which is a really weird pairing, but Robot Chicken, I think, helped with a Nintendo presentation.
Yes.
And they had Reggie on stage talking to someone in the audience. They're like, "Come on, Reggie, give us Mother 3." And he's like, "How about this instead?"
And he fireballs
like a fire flower. Yeah.
Like,
I love that type of stuff.
I know, that was so funny.
Nintendo, like, they're still, yeah, but they're still so good with their presentations. But that is one of those things I do miss from those days.
Oh yeah, they were very experimental back in the Wii U days with like their directs and such.
Oh, for sure. I mean, heck, they had Robot Chicken help them. They had Mega 64 help them one time, which was insane. And then they also had the Muppets, like the Henson,
yes.
Literally helped them once. So I did love that stuff.
And mention here Jay Waldemans, we have his answer right here. Can't get more wintry themed than Freezezy Peak. I think we might have a winner there in Freezezy Peak. I think that might be the most mentioned winter level in this chat.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the winner. We've got a lot of really common, really good ones. Like I feel like the like maybe I'm wrong, but like the Nintendo 64 and the GameCube, especially the 64, maybe it's our circle, but has just a ton of those really good Christmas themed levels, man. Like they're just really, really good, and some of the most nostalgic or I guess iconic as well.
They really are. I think we've gotten through all the first responses. We're heading on to our second question here. Do you want to go ahead and read that, Sam?
Yeah, will do. Put it on chat again. But yeah, and like the second question, which we, I mean, just in regards to, I mean, it's the Christmas season, but more so in regards to like the fact that, the industry, sometimes gamers can be positive and wholesome, but they can also be pretty pessimistic and negative. Luckily, in our community, we don't have a lot of that. But I figured, why not fight that with like a little positivity? And so the second question is, in the spirit of the season and continuing Christmas questions, what are you most thankful for from the last year of games? And what are you most anticipating from the next year at this Christmas season? So I think it's just a little spin to make it have a little more positivity in the gaming space, and a lot of people had really good answers on this one too, so we'll get to that one. I can't hear in a second unless you want to go ahead, Drew.
Yeah, I'm just Aiden here mentions most thankful for the fact that we finally got Banjo-Tooie on Switch Online. We have a couple of mentions of that, as well as also Astrobot, Mario, and Luigi. Most anticipating the Switch 2 for next year, and yeah, I think a lot of us are we are chomping at the bit for the Switch 2 to finally get here.
Oh yeah, and like honestly, I think that will probably be. Oh shoot! I thought I could get past him. I think that will honestly be the most common sentiment. Is like, I mean, we have been anticipating this launch. It's funny because like looking back at like Twitter posts from like friends and like my own, a lot of us were anticipating a Switch Pro or some other iteration of the Switch before the OLED. But also, the Switch 2 rumors dropped like, I mean, months. I don't even know if it was a full year after the Switch release. So like, we've been talking about and anticipating this for a long time. And I'm sure you guys have actually seen, but there's quite a few leaks going around at the moment. So yeah, I'm sure we'll get more information as time goes on there.
But like, I think even if you have paid attention without saying much about them, if you haven't looked, I mean, it's another Switch, you know, and I think that's what a lot of people want, you know.
Yeah, you know, thinking about Nintendo's past hardware, it's like they've done some pretty drastic jumps as far as how they approach the hardware or the design of the controllers, etc. This might be and I can't say yet until we see the darn thing, but this might be one of the more like safe, or even like Wii to Wii U. They kind of try to carry over that name. It didn't quite work out for them, but I think this time it's a no-brainer. I think no matter what they do, I think it will just be an improved Switch and should be pretty good. But I don't know how gimmicky they're going to get this time around, if at all.
And Jay Waldebams mentions the Switch era lacks charm. Feel is the main issue you can see with the system menus. That said, through the events, you still are great, like you said, Sam. Yeah, they've done some great events still.
Yeah, and I agree. Like, Nintendo's fantastic. Like, the Direct, I mean, heck, we have people that have no shame. I mean, for lack of a better word, because, like, I think there's, like, Devolver Digital Direct. There's a couple I can't think of off the top of my head right now. But, yeah, they do, like, people have taken sort of the Direct name. And, like, I believe that Iwata established. Because every time I think about Direct, I just see Iwata with his hands, like, directly to you.
I know, he was, oh man, I miss him so much. He was so good.
He was great. And honestly, it should also be mentioned, like, I believe the whole idea and the concept of being more transparent with the fans, because people who have lived GameCube era and past, and even most of the Wii, know that Nintendo had been had a top priority in secrecy. Like, they were very closed gate, until they were ready to reveal something, we knew nothing about it.
That's pretty much the case there. We have a response also here from a Jiggy Lookback. Just shout out to him. Excellent, great content creator. Honestly, he's really taking off in the rare, like the rare fandom side of things. Anticipating a Switch 2 announcement and some new games. And also thankful for Astrobot, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Shadow Generations, and Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero. Now that's something I haven't heard much of this so far this year. Dragon Ball there. Yeah,
I'm so used to Dixie.
Yeah, Dixie is much easier. Dixie is so much easier to do with this one.
My muscle memory has been taken over this whole time, and like, I will say, I respect Kiddy Kong. I really truly do. Do I prefer to play as him?
Yeah. Ow.
And he came down quick there.
Yeah, why don't you go in, and when you go back in there and switch back over to me there.
Sure thing. Here. Oops. Whoops. Yeah, it's like with the K-Roll fight in DKC2, like, Dixie is the way to go for the most part here. Here we go.
Sure. And you wanted to go...
And did we go over Aiden's entire answer?
Did we? I thought...
I actually wasn't sure.
I kind of thought we did. Maybe it'd scroll back a bit. Oh yeah, we did mention a Switch 2, Banjo-Tooie. Let's see, Astrobot. Yeah, a couple of people have mentioned Astrobot. I want to play that game so bad, but I don't have a PS5. And it's one game of the year. It looks fantastic.
Oh yeah, and I mean, honestly, to touch upon just Astrobot, like, man, like, again, like, regardless of your opinion of Astrobot, and like, I don't even like what Sony's doing entirely. They're very lucky that the remnants of Japan Studio that they kind of eviscerated is still alive in Team Asobi. But Team Asobi's speech regarding the genre of platformers, and kind of like subtly sneakily thanking Nintendo for like keeping it relevant and inspiring them with Astrobot, was so cool. And I think Astrobot, like, in my opinion at least, is well deserving in the Game of the Year award. It just seems like they were really innovative and just focused on fun and creativity, and it's nice to see a PlayStation platformer, man, again, like back in their heydays when I was more of a fan. And yeah, Astrobot I just think is a good thing for the genre, bringing some attention to that for sure.
It definitely does. And I think what we need to do is go back to Funky Shop to turn in the Band-Aid there.
That's it. I think we have to go to Blunder's booth here.
Yeah, not yet at least. I think he actually, the only thing he does is like basically hint at how you find the Lost World.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then you can get to the Lost World through cheats as well.
Exactly.
But let's see here.
But yeah, Viddy, I definitely agree. We need more games like Astrobot in today's gaming, and not just a bunch of photorealistic thingies. We need games that are fun.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, honestly, like I said before, I think it'll be a good focus on like, you know, what they go with. I mean, we'll see what the industry, you know, takes from this, but I think it's a good thing for the platformer genre for sure. And I guess I'll go over Chris's answer since we have it up right now. But Chris said, wait, excuse me, give me a second here. I think I need to go back to my boat, don't I?
Yes.
But you want to go over Chris's answer really quick, Drew, since we have it up there?
Yeah, exactly. It just says, there weren't many games I was excited for this year, except for Mario Wonder, I guess. I really don't have many anticipated games this year, except for Deltarune Chapters and maybe an Earthbound Beginnings remake. Yeah, Deltarune is going to, Chapter 3 is going to drop sometime, I think it's supposed to drop in 2025 sometime. Did I say Chris Barker? Right? Did I say Chris Barker instead of crisscross? I don't know. Maybe because Chris says that's not me. Maybe I misspoke there.
But whoops. But Chris is a really cool guy too. He's a massive Pokemon and Undertale Deltarune fan. Lately, he's come to appreciate Earthbound a lot. So I chat with him a lot about that too. But like, yeah, that's a good answer, and that's fair because I mean. Last year there was a lot of good stuff for sure, but I could see how lately it's been kind of light on certain things for sure, but Nintendo has definitely impressed me with how much they are launching just in the end of the Switch's life here.
Oh yeah, it's great. Viddy mentions that Chris is probably very, very cross. No, not that Chris. Nice. And I want to mention here this music by Evelyn Fitzgerald, Waterworld. Just a cool, eerie theme.
Yeah, man. Like we touched upon, like her whole thing with like ambience. In this case, aquatic ambience. But yeah, her whole thing with like ambient and like atmosphere, just like I don't know, just she's really good with that stuff, man.
So say yeah, see if you can get down there, get back down there. You just got to sneak past the fish, then push down to go down faster.
Yep, I totally willingly skip that.
Little Man mentions thankful for the Concorde brought back to the industry and the impact it had. If anything else, the Concorde saga was interesting to watch.
Hey, you know what, Little Man, you joke, but like honestly, that could be an okay impact on the game industry, like kind of showing people like, hey, if you keep trying to, you know, pursue these like transaction based like hero like shooters, it's not going to go well every time, you know. It's not a for sure win.
Yeah, definitely not. This seems like a tricky one.
Yeah, and I'm not doing the down swimming very quickly. I'll switch with you here to go ahead and go through it.
Yeah, I'll go down because I'm a bit smaller, can fit a little easier.
Concorde is an important lesson, Biddy said.
Yes.
Which is well said there, Biddy. It's, if nothing else, it's what not to do. Nice, Drew.
But yeah, it's, I'll switch back with you here. I'll get back up here first, and then I'll switch. Okay. There we go.
And I do want to make sure that you could check if we went through. I know we went through Aiden's, but I think we skipped Jiggy's answer. Did we not?
I thought it mentioned Jiggy's answer. Maybe I only passed over it. Really they did mention. But yeah, I mentioned Astrobots, Echoes of Wisdom, Shadow Generation. I don't know much about Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero there.
Oh yeah, you did mention those. I don't know either. I've heard one of my friends really likes it, and that and what was the other one recently? It's not holiday themed. Oh yeah, Marvel Rivals, which is kind of another. I don't know if it's a shooter, but it's like a hero game, kind of in the style of Overwatch. But surprisingly, I've heard good things so far.
Huh. Yeah, I might have to take a look at that there. Gothic Teddy Bear mentions, definitely thankful for Dreams PS5 being a goldmine of untapped potential. Yeah, he makes a lot of his stuff in the Dreams engine there. Oh
yeah, and like as I said before, he has a Banjo project. Forgive me, Gothic. I do forget the name, but and Downcome Freedom, kind of based. I forgot to say earlier, based kind of off the concept. Not even kind of, just very much so based on the concept that was rumored and kind of more or less confirmed that Activision was working on with Nintendo that got scrapped. But as we've said before, and I'll say it again, I truly hope Nintendo maybe took some of those assets, or maybe utilize some of that for later. Well, it remains to be seen, I guess.
It definitely does. And he says, for next year, which games to look forward to? I don't want to plan too much. It may not come out right. Gothic, do you know something we don't know? I know, like, you keep up with the DK rumors.
I was going to say, Gothic always knows something. Oh, shoot. That was my bad. In fact, I probably shouldn't mention this. Later, I will talk to you about a little something I heard about Platonic that maybe we'll talk about in a video later on. Ooh. But yeah, Gothic always has, like, Yuka Replay. He made like a joke the day it was announced. He went like, "And I'm sure it would be cool," or something to that regard, to see Platonic kind of go at that again. I'm sure they could iron out all the complaints, and then like an hour later or something, they announced it.
Yeah,
so I was like, little fishy, Gothic.
Interesting. But yeah,
and no pun intended for this level either.
Metroid Prime 4, hopefully Game of the Year for 2025. I think, yeah, I mean, I think that could be a really, really good one.
Jay, we're not going to allow jokes like that in the chat. that is
no, Concord.
It's not allowed. But yeah, and I agree, Viddy. I'm really hoping to see how Metroid Prime 4 pans out, and I think this is sort of more of a unanimous opinion now, but I feel like they're more than likely going to go ahead and like make it a dual release there for next gen and current gen, if I'm not mistaken. At least that's my theory.
There definitely is a distinct possibility, and it's something that a lot of people have mentioned there. Rare Fox Zane did have an answer over there on Twitter as well. If you wanted to, actually, I can go ahead and do that since we're switched over to you. She's a huge Mario and Luigi fan. Has literally characters from Alpha Dream in one of her series. Mentions that I'm so happy that Mario and Luigi is back. This is the best gift of 2024. Fantastic game. Don't listen to the critics. They sucks. Eminem should have been in the Game Awards. Yeah. A lot of people, I mean, there have been some mixed opinions about it, but some very good positive opinions of the game as well.
Oh, for sure. Here's a fantastic level that we just got to now. But yeah, no, I totally agree. And like Rare Fox Zane, according especially to her series on her YouTube channel, is definitely a big Alpha Dream Mario and Luigi fan. But I'm glad to hear a lot of these older fans are like, it seems like most of them, from what I've seen, genuinely most of them are enjoying Brothership, which is great to hear. And I got a really interesting timing on the screenshot for the Luigi gift there.
Yeah, it just like what's up?
Yeah, smug Luigi. But it's a world apart from what's the other Luigi from Mario Kart? I forget what the Luigi stare.
Oh yes, the death stare. Yes, that is so funny.
A different flavor of Luigi stare.
Yes. Hang on, what's going on here? I see bananas. What does this mean? It means something. Ah.
I mean, no.
Hang on, is there a hidden?
Yep. Chris was saying. Yep, I was going to say too, but so Chris was when you read the Mario and Luigi, he believes you said Eminem instead of MNL. But you know what? Unrelated, no correlation, but the Eminem commercial, and I think it's just one commercial, is a classic.
Yes, the Santa Claus one. It's so funny and perfectly written, and then that's why they play it every single year.
Yeah, and I think even back then, I believe it's Billy West that voices Red, and just like, he's been voicing that red piece of candy for so many decades, and like, his voice never changes. Even that old trailer, or that old commercial rather, sounds just like he does currently. Great voice actor.
Yeah, fantastic. Natzui mentions getting Banjo-Tooie on the Switch, hoping we get more Rare games on the Switch as well in 2025. I think that's something we could very well see in the future.
Oh yeah, totally. And I think honestly, I would agree with the Banjo-Tooie thing. If you guys haven't seen, we did release a big O Banjo-Tooie reviewy on the channel. It's pretty large, but like, yeah, it's just a really cool video that me and Drew were able to collaborate on, and like with our experience with NSO. And I honestly, I adore that they ported that, and it's probably, and we touched upon it in the video, and the reasons why, but it's got to be my favorite port of Tooie, and I'm super thankful for that, man.
Mind you, I've seen at least one review thumbnail.
Oh.
I'm not.
But,
maybe I'm not entirely catching your drift.
Yeah, I was like, I wondered if he was talking about. I don't know if he was talking about Tooie or what have you. But if you can pull up the next question as well, Drew, I'll go ahead and read it when I have a chance here.
From Ishtar here.
Plush King is referencing the commercial. He does exist. They do exist. Both like points out.
Good stuff.
I love it.
And let's see, J.J. Simmons actually played the yellow M&M in that too. Oh yeah, J.J. Simmons, great actor.
Ooh. Oh, J.K. Simmons. Oh, I was like, wait a second. That's true? Wow. Yeah. Okay. And if for people who don't know, I'm sure a lot of you do. I'm actually currently playing Portal right now. So getting into the sequel, Portal 2, there's a couple J.K. Simmons lines in there as Cave Johnson, the head of Aperture Science. And he's also, of course, J. Jonah Jameson in Now, which is totally awesome. Now both in like the old Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and the new Tom Holland ones.
Yes, and that was an interesting. That was such a great little moment when he just shows up at the end of Far From Home. That was awesome.
For a second there, Chris, I thought you said J.K. Simmons, who plays J.J. Spider-Man. And I'm like, is that a Spider-Man from the Spider-Verse?
I think it's Jonah Jameson is the name of the reporter. Is that it?
Yeah, I misread his thing, but yeah, no, yeah, J. Jonah Jameson. And like he is honestly, like, they have a new take on it now, but like the former movies with Tobey Maguire, it's like he's like the definitive version of that character. It's fantastic, and it's kind of like Tony Stark. Or rather, Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. It's just like kind of the definitive version of that character.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say, read this next question from Ishtar here. Ishtar says, "I'm most thankful for playing Mouthwashing, and I am extremely excited for Pathological 2.
Huh.
3, excuse me.
I'm not familiar with either of those.
So I think they're both indie games. I'm not familiar with Mouthwashing either. Maybe people in the chat are familiar with Mouthwashing. But I definitely know Pathological 2. It's like an indie game. I think came out this year or last year rather, one or the other. But yeah, I haven't played much of those games, and I don't know Mouthwashing. But that's a good answer there.
Very good answer. Oh shoot! I missed
the cool thing about
what the?
And the cool thing about this song too is, like, to me, this is still kind of fresh. I'm not. Oh.
It wouldn't like, she wouldn't grab it. It wouldn't.
You pulled a Mufasa right on the ledge, Drew.
I know. Hang on, maybe if I just float down a bit, I'll just get back to where it was, because it was on the right.
You're on the ledge, you just slid.
I know. Like, I don't get it. Oh well. I'll just take the loss there. We have an answer here also from T-Tron Plays Games. Honestly, one of the favorite people I know online. Awesome dude.
You want me to go ahead and read that for you real quick? Let me pull it up.
Yes.
Let me pull it up here. And Viddy's in the chat says, Pathological 2 is a hard sort of Plague Doctor vibe game, which, yeah, and I don't know much about it, but that I can definitely confirm is, like, that's the vibe. It has, like, Plague Doctor there. But definitely an interesting game, a little dark from what I've seen. But yeah, and T-Tron Plays on Blue Sky here. Great guy. You can check out his YouTube channel. I believe he's still a little active on YouTube, I believe. And just a great guy, great YouTuber. This year, I continue to be grateful to indie developers and their dedication. And sorry about that, Joe. I'll go ahead and at least save here. But You want to go ahead and take the rest of that question?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and finish that off.
Or answer.
T-Trom just said 2024 gave us plenty of indie highlights like Questmaster, RZ, Duck Detective, The Plucky Squire, and UFO 50. I enjoy some AAA stuff, don't get me wrong, but the indie stuff is truly something special. I have to say, like, indie stuff really does fill a lot of, like, that niche, you know, that, like, that, especially for older gamers, that, like, a lot of, like, modern gaming doesn't provide.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like as we touched upon a little earlier, like yeah, like indie developers, and as you just said, like they provide so much like passion where like a lot of these big corporate developers don't as much. And not only that, but like you touched upon, like kind of providing like experiences both from the past and new that like the other developers don't do as much. And like kind of like that, like the way of development, as we talked about before, that Platonic does, of sort of just like everyone contributes and everyone has an idea that they can contribute in this small little team space, and I really enjoy that type of stuff.
It's great. Vinny also mentions Plucky
answer.
Squire. Plucky Squire is really good. Made me feel like a kid at times. I need to try it. Also mentioned the indie game Animal Well. Arlo had a whole video about that. Said he really, really loved it. So yeah, I gotta try these indie games. There are just too many good games to try.
Oh, I know. And you know, I haven't tried those either, but Plucky Squire specifically looked so good and like creative. How you just taught from like the 2D space to the 3D space, and man, it just seems so cool. And like I love the like vibe and aesthetic it has. It just looks like a genuinely creative, fun game.
But yeah, again, just shout out to T-Trom. I don't think I've seen him upload in a while there, but like honestly, his videos are great that he does have on his channel. Cool. He just has good vibes, honestly. But yeah, go follow him over on his stuff there. Next we have, I guess we have my answer up here. Mentioned, you know, like it was kind of a hard year for me financially. Just a lot of crazy stuff, the economy and such. So I didn't play a lot of new games, but what I love the fact that, you know, Banjo-Tooie finally came to the Switch. They finally did it. I mean, we kind of thought it was a given with like Banjo-Kazooie coming out, but then they just waited and waited and waited, and it became unclear if it would ever actually come to the Switch. And it finally did. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that's the thing with the Switch. Like, indie seems so well supported on the Switch, but like certain things, you know, we never really know how long we have to wait. Like, the Switch is fantastic, and I will say everything like being on the Switch with that portability is fantastic. But like things like, I know Skyrim was a launch title, so that was 6 years later, and Red Dead Redemption 1, I believe, was, I want to say 9 years after its initial release. But yeah, it's being able, and people especially being able to re-experience those games or for the first time on Switch is like, in a mobile setting especially, is really cool. And Viddy said, "Who's this Drew guy?"
I did want to also mention it because I just replayed it recently. I realized that I kind of missed quite a lot of the good stuff in the game the first time I played it earlier this year, but like I went ahead and replayed Cavern Dreams, made sure to get every egg this time, and man, just what a good, you know, old school N64 style 3D platformer. It really does nail the vibe. It's kind of like more bite-sized, like maybe it doesn't take super long to play through, but man, the level design, the graphic design, the music, it all just works really, really nicely in that game.
Oh goodness, come on, that was so close. I know that jump. I fear this jump.
Al, you can go ahead and like, switch back. I'll switch back with you there.
I'm gonna say you can go over the next question there, Drew, if you wanted, or I could, but either way.
And Jaliptica says here, anticipating a new Donkey Kong title that's been bandied about for years. I mean, those rumors for the new Donkey Kong started like years ago. I still think it's happening, even if Nintendo EDP may or may not have assigned another team to it. Yeah, I think Nintendo, it's obvious, you know, with the park, everything else, Donkey Kong is important to Nintendo, and they have plans for the franchise, and I think that we will eventually see that awesome new game to come to fruition.
Yeah, and like we talked about earlier, like you just touched on, the park's existence in general, and the fact that they were, after the release next year of the HD port of Returns, they're launching the park or opening the park rather in the United States next year, I feel like there's a good chance that that rumored Nintendo EPD project might actually be a thing. Fingers crossed, at least, because that's a pretty common rumor we hear about Nintendo EPD working on a new DK.
And Chris Bodker here, you want to go over that answer there, Sam, from Blue Sky there?
Yeah, sure thing. And I was going to say too, at least I don't know how many people agree with this sentiment, but I feel like as far as the Switch 2 goes, I think it's probably only a matter of time before we start seeing, I can't say about Donkey Kong, I'm hopeful, but 3D Mario there. I'm pretty sure that's probably going to be one of the big titles on the next hardware, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah, but then, and Chris also, I think Chris mentioned, 7 years since Odyssey. I mean, that's a long time. But I think, yeah, we will definitely see the next 3D Mario here. And here I am, like, going down a rabbit hole. And I'm like,
yeah, but yeah, Chris did say in his answer, Nintendo somehow still has it, my man. Echoes of Wisdom showed the same inventive spirit that they've always had, and I agree. It's one of those things where, like, I think that game kind of hits a good balance. Some people disagree, and everyone has a different opinion. But in my opinion, I think it hits a good balance of like new, fresh stuff and kind of familiar to like both the dungeon layouts and the 2D space and the design. How the creatures that are utilized are very reminiscent of like a bunch of different titles, and I won't give away too much for people who haven't seen it yet, but like just the species that are inhabiting Hyrule this time around too is just super cool. And yeah, that's a great answer. I definitely have to agree there.
I've always found this to be inventive, how you can just get water from the waterfall. That's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like Ellie is, like we talked about earlier, one of those things that Greg Mayall's designed, but like it's got to be probably the most unique animal buddy as far as like what you can do with them.
Oh, come on. I don't necessarily have to shoot it, but I want to get it out of the way.
No, we're here for the bonus barrels. This is perfect. But again, I was going to say earlier, like, I know it's just a little touch, like a little thing, but like I do really love this Mary code. This is my first time experiencing it, so like the music especially is like, it's so good, man.
It's really good. I almost can't imagine what the next 3D Mario might be like. We might use the cap again. It will be something far more imaginative. I honestly think the big thing they're going to do is really expand the world. Like, make it... I like the idea of, like, Bowser's Fury, like a kind of a more open Mario game, but just on a much larger scale. I think that would be epic.
Yeah, I agree. And, like, that's something people have tossed around when they were talking about Bowser's Fury and the 3D World port to Switch. Like, it seems like they kind of use that as kind of like a testing ground, like kind of to play around with like, hey, what can we do with Mario going forward? And honestly, it controls closer to 3D World, but if they bring like, the Odyssey smoothness and like maybe even expand on how Mario controls there with a 3D World, literally a 3D open world, that would be pretty cool, man. I would definitely be open for it. And I'm going to go ahead and read Jordan's answer there if that's fine.
Yep.
But Jordan said, Jordan Williams on Blue Sky says, Nintendo really outdid themselves this year with some of the remakes like Paper Mario, Luigi's Mansion 2, which I haven't played Luigi's Mansion 2, but like the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, that looks fantastic, I will say. Adding Banjo-Tooie was a very great surprise. I also do like that they released Nintendo music, even though I wish that they would show some more love to the composers that made the amazing tracks. And I totally agree with that first part of his answer there, as I touched on earlier. Like, and I'm very thankful for Nintendo music too. That's just I think it's a really great little thing, and like it at least somewhat, not completely, but it somewhat justifies Nintendo's like kind of adherence to like people uploading their music, which I still think they could cut people a break with a little bit. But I'm just glad that they have this service for all of us provided with Nintendo Online that has such high audio quality, man.
It is great, and like I mentioned, it's easily one of my favorite things Nintendo has done this year. Just give us your music, give us a way to listen to your music in a good quality, and they've done it finally. I mean, and of course, like looking forward to all these games or soundtracks that they'll release in the future and such. But I'm just glad they at least finally got it started.
Oh, for sure. And I was going to try to read the second part of his question there, but now I definitely can't. Let's see. And then he finishes with, as for what he's anticipating, I am hoping to see more Donkey Kong this coming year, since we got the DK Land games, as we talked about, that came out, and Returns coming out soon for DK's 30th. So here's to hoping the celebration isn't over yet for the lovable Kongs. And yeah, man, I totally agree. We touched upon this, but like, I'm still hoping, and it seems like they've kind of just kept a chain through November to December, going for like a little bit of DK appreciation. And we know for sure a few things already that are scheduled for next year, like you said about the park and the game release. So yeah, hoping it continues, even if we just get a trickle of some DK content on NSL there. I would love, as I keep echoing, I would love to get Diddy Kong Racing or DK64.
Yes,
that would be excellent.
That would be great. And the more DK stuff that they can announce to just keep the DK train going there.
Oh, for sure. And Jay in the chat here said, picture if we get Prime 4 as a cross-gen game, and a new Zelda, even if it's just a Wind Waker or Twilight Princess port, and a new 3D Mario on the Switch all in its release this year. Or Switch 2. And like, yeah, that, I think that would sell me as well as a lot of people on the new hardware, for sure. I think, and people have talked about this a bunch, Nintendo has like kind of that like creativity, like niche just down like perfectly. But like it comes down to like two things really, is like the hardware being decent, and most importantly the lineup of games that strengthens like Nintendo's value for their new hardware. And I'm assuming their launch year lineup, with how long they've been prepping, I don't know, I don't want to get our hopes up too much, but I think it should be good.
I'm really hoping so too. I'm going to go ahead and go over also the answer here by Shannon. Thankful for Botany Manor, Little Kitty Big City, both delightful games. Looking forward to Yuko Replay, hoping it releases next year for Platonic's 10th anniversary, and also the release of some games backed in Kickstarter. Kalea Brothers, oh man, and right before the barrel. That is so sad.
I thought I was going to die because how long I waited, but I'm like, I got the barrel, but wow.
Oh man.
But
that's unfortunate.
yeah, and I will say, that's super unfortunate. This is probably the worst DK performance in a long time for me. But we're back to our old ways of trying to do the Kooky Questions with gameplay. But this is actually awesome so far. So I'm just not holding my own as much. But I will say, in Shannon's answer, Little Kitty Big City is a super cute little game. My girlfriend played through 100%, and it's one of those games. There's a few that came out of the last year or so, like a cat indie game where you can kind of explore an area as a cat. Like there was Stray. I don't know if you heard of Stray that came out.
Yeah, that came out for the Switch recently.
Yeah, and that was its most recent version. But that one is a crazy dystopian future, like a sci-fi game with like the plot that unfolds. I just thought it was like, hey, funny cat game. But like when you play the game and like the story unfolds, it's actually really engaging. My girlfriend played both those cat games, so I was able to get a little
come on, eat it
pilot view. I know, like the worst things is trying to line them. Oh wait, they can't eat the clams.
No, oh no, get the barrel. Whew.
Run away. Okay, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, clutch. All right. I don't remember what I was saying because my heart exploded like a grape there.
Oh man, that was so close. And Jay mentions, yeah, it's been almost 10 years of Platonic. It's crazy. It's just like it's already been that long.
Oh yeah, and that's that's part of the reason why a lot of people are assuming, because Platonic's brought some relevance up to the point that they're like almost reaching their 10th anniversary as a game studio, which, my gosh, man, time flies.
It really does. We have an answer here by Urian. Most thankful for the amazing progress and rise of Mario fan projects have made this year, especially Return to Yoshi's Island, Super Mario Eclipse, and Mario Kart 64 amped up. Someone else, I think Urian also mentioned in the chat that Nintendo's not necessarily like super picky about fan games. They're picky about fan remakes, which is kind of strange.
Yeah, and that's something like people have touched upon with like, with like Power World there. Like Nintendo may not be friendly with that, but there are literal Pokemon fan games that are out there, so I'm sure they have their reasons, but they're not always hostile when it comes to fan content, much to the misconception that's out there.
Yes, exactly. So that's something interesting I learned there recently. Thistachio says here, this year didn't really have any big highlights for me compared to last year, but hooked up my Xbox 360 again, started to appreciate the 360 even more, had so many great memories with that console and will always be a timeless console to me. The Xbox 360 marketplace also closed down for good on July 29th this year, so it really gave me that end of an era vibe. And looking forward to Switch 2. Maybe you can finish reading that there.
Yeah, for sure. And as far as what he's anticipating,
I went down a rabbit hole.
But looking forward to Switch 2. I really want the new Donkey Kong Country or Kid Icarus game, which that'd be really cool. Even to see Sakurai tackle, like I'm sure, and not many people have talked about this too much yet, but I'm nearly positive that we'll get Smash Bros in some capacity. But
yes.
Yeah, definitely curious to see what Sakurai tackles next.
I'm definitely appreciative, and yeah, I do like the Xbox 360. Xbox 360 honestly was a fantastic console. The first high definition home video game console. The marketplace was just a great staple of like Xbox's commitment to backwards compatibility, that they kept it up for so long, even long after the Wii Shop was closed down. They kept it up for a good long time, and it was just it didn't feel like it didn't feel premature at all, and yeah, obviously like it's always sad to see anything close down, but they kept it up a good long while there.
Yeah, I agree. And like I think possibly for me, the Xbox 360 might be my favorite Xbox generation, since you kind of can tie in everything from the prior generation. I mean, you can say that now, but just exclusives, the hardware, just the time that it came out, I think that was probably my favorite Xbox console.
And also, like, there's really a lot of the old Rare team still at Xbox at that time. So a lot of what they made was really just very much still in spirit of what they made for Nintendo.
Yeah, I agree. In fact, it's kind of like going into the later Xbox 360, early Xbox One that a lot of them left. They ate too many spiky shells, but you should be good. But yes. Yeah, I was going to say, after the Kinect, which I could refer to the dark time, after the Kinect contract kind of happened in like 2008-ish, 07, 08, and after the Stanford brothers left in like late 07, I think it just sort of like a lot of people left that time. But I will say Xbox's, especially at the time, their work with networking was like second to none. And like, yeah, a lot of good games on the 360. And like, the only thing I think that would put Xbox One, the only game that would put it above is like Rare Replay. But like, yeah, pretty solid lineup on the 360 too. It was not too bad.
Yeah, it's definitely a fantastic lineup. Really, again, we're all hoping for Donkey Kong. We very much are. I think we have just one last response from you, which was actually to my second YouTube post. You were the only one who made a reply. Just, you mentioned Echoes of Wisdom, not a bad year, and DK content, which I'll elaborate on. So, go ahead and elaborate.
Yeah, we've touched upon it quite a few times now, but like, yeah, as people have said, and as I've said prior, like, very thankful for Echoes, like supremely thankful for Echoes, and like it has enough of that Tears of the Kingdom thing in there, like the very experimental, open-ended solution vibe that I think it can bring in some of those Tears of the Kingdom Breath of the Wild people, but enough of like the characters, the charm, the design, and the temples of older games that just like.
Will you throw me up there? You gotta throw me up on the left there.
Yep. Oh, whoops. There we go. But yeah, definitely really good game there, Echoes of Wisdom. Oh, come on, Sam.
And that, we've responded to every single response. We had 48 in total. Thank you guys so much for just contributing to our series here.
Oh, for sure. Definitely appreciate it, guys. And like, hoping like this next year, I mean, I don't even think I have to hope that hard, guys. I feel like we're in a good position, and both in the industry for the most part, maybe not the full AAA space, but especially with Nintendo, I feel like we definitely have a chance to have a really good year coming this year. And this last year wasn't too bad either, especially for Nintendo. I didn't expect the Swan Song year to be so big for the Switch.
Oh yeah, and I don't want to cut you off right before the boss and everything. I know we're right before it and such, but we've gotten through all the questions, and we're definitely at a point, where it's like I'm kind of right at my deadline, where I said, okay, I'd be done by this time. Right there, I
I'll
said it.
tell
I
you
anticipated we could get through this by about 4:30, and we are here. We
Yep.
got through all your responses and questions, and this was fantastic stream. Well, thank you guys so much for coming to chat with us, and again for all your responses. We appreciate your support of the series so much. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to go ahead, drop a like, subscribe so that you can be notified of what we do in the future here. We are, of course, going to continue working on Kooky content. You have anything else to add there, Sam?
Oh no, like you said, perfect wrap up time. And like as Drew said, thank you guys so much for your answers. As he touched upon earlier, if you guys want to join the Discord, definitely hit us up on Discord, our socials, pretty much anywhere. Send us a direct message and we'll go ahead and add you up in there if you want any updates on the Kooky content. And as always, guys, appreciate you all. We have more stuff in the pipeline, and we hope you guys stay tuned and enjoyed this episode.
And Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, guys.